Every great business starts with an idea. But how do you know if that idea is a winner or, a total dud before you go all in? That's exactly what we're going to break down today, the path to validation. Okay, so before you sink all your time, your energy, your hard-earned cash into something new, you've got to ask yourself one super important question. What is the absolute fastest, cheapest way to prove, for a fact, that this thing can actually work?
And to find that proof, well, you need to know what you're looking for, right? So let's get super clear on what we're even talking about. What exactly is idea validation?
Okay, here's the big idea. Validation isn't about people saying, oh, that's kind of cool. It's not about some vague interest in something like what you're doing. No, it is the moment you get cold, hard evidence that your specific customers are ready to buy your specific product.
And listen, it is so easy to get this confused. Validation is not your 5-year business plan. It's not about how you're going to get rich or become a huge success. It's way, way earlier than that. It's just a fundamental gut check, answering one simple question. Does anybody actually want this thing?
The best way to get this is just to see it in action. So let's kick things off with an idea that has a really simple, super direct path to getting that proof.
Okay, picture this. You want to make protein bars, but not just any old protein bars. Nope, these are special. They're for people on specific diets, paleo, Atkins, that kind of thing, who are just fed up with all the junk, the preservatives, and sugar in everything on the shelf.
So how do you prove people want these? Well, it's actually way more straightforward than you might think. You don't need a factory, you don't need a huge budget. You can prove there's real demand with just these 3 little steps.
And this is the magic part. You don't even have to make the bars yet. Think about it. People buy food online from a picture all the time, right? The most important thing you can possibly do is just see if someone will click buy. That click, that pre-order, that is validation. Boom.
All right, so that's the easy path. Now let's flip this script completely and look at an idea where getting to validation is, well, it's a whole lot harder. So let's say your big idea is a game changer, a brand new credit card technology. It's faster, it's way more secure, and hey, it even saves everybody some money. That sounds amazing, right? But here's the thing. The problem isn't the idea itself, it's proving it. Just look at how much more complicated this is. Unlike the protein bar, where you just need one person to say yes, here you need a yes from 3 totally different groups, and they all have to say it at the same time. You need the customers, you need the stores, and you need the big processors like Visa and MasterCard.
And that interconnectedness, right there, that's the killer. It creates this classic, super difficult chicken and egg problem. You literally can't solve one piece of the puzzle without somehow solving all the other pieces too.
Just think about it from your perspective. Why would you get a new card if you can't use it anywhere you shop? And on the flip side, why would a store bother with a new system if none of its customers have the card to use it? See? You can't just test one part. You have to prove the whole thing works, all at once.
So, why? Why are these 2 paths so incredibly different? Well, it all boils down to the very foundation your idea is built on. We call these core assumptions.
Think of your core assumptions as the bedrock of your whole business. They are the things that have to be true for your idea to even have a shot. If just one of them is wrong, the entire thing can come crashing down. So validation, that's just the process of proving those assumptions are right.
And look what happens when we put the assumptions for our 2 examples side by side. It's night and day, right? For the protein bars, you've really only got a couple of big things to prove. But for the credit card, whoa, you've got a whole list of complex assumptions, and you have to prove them for 3 different groups. The path is just so much longer, and the chance that one of those things is wrong, it's just higher.
So you see, validation isn't some magical, far-off finish line. It's a process. It's that moment where you've gone down your list of assumptions and turned every single question mark into a big green check mark. And you've got real-world proof to back it up.
Okay, so we've got the easy path and the hard path. We know it's all about these core assumptions. So what? What does this actually mean for you when you're trying to figure out which idea to go after?
Now this is super important, so lean in. Just because an idea has a hard path to validation doesn't mean it's a bad idea. Not at all. That new credit card system could be a massive, world-changing business. But man, the journey to prove it is going to be a tough one.
Really, it all comes down to risk. A more complex path just means you've got more hoops to jump through, more things that could turn out to be wrong. And that means there's a much higher chance you'll burn through a ton of time and money only to find out it was a dead end.
So at the end of the day, it's really a numbers game. It's about being smart with your time. Think about it. In the time it takes you to maybe validate one really hard idea, you could have tested 2, maybe even 3 simpler ones. It's all about using your time efficiently.
So I'll leave you with this. As you're thinking about your own ideas, your own projects, just ask yourself this. What are the absolute must-be-true assumptions that my whole idea is built on? And then, be honest, how hard is it going to be to prove them? The answer to that, well, that tells you which path you're on.